The hell are they doing up there?
Yeah, time to carb all over. Remember to hydrate. A lot going on here. Our Science Force in Washington. Thank you very much. Kate?
A lot going on. We're also following the latest here. This morning, we have new details on the investigation into the tragic death of an 11-year-old who was killed while apparently playing a harmless doorbell prank in Houston, Texas. Officers say a group of children, they were ringing doorbells at homes in the neighborhood and then running away. The timeless childhood gang of Ding Dong Ditch. Now, according to witnesses, someone came out of one of those homes with a gun, chasing children and shooting at them as they ran away. One boy hit both the times.
Maybe you shouldn't be out there fucking around.
CNN's Ed Levendera is following all of the details on this, and it seems it just gets more tragic the more we learn about it. And now there's a big lingering question today, Ed, of are there charges coming? What are you learning?
Well, that's the information we're trying to track down as best we can. This shooting took place Saturday night just after 11 p.m. And as you mentioned, these group of kids going through the neighborhood, knocking on doors and ringing doorbells as a prank. And that is when police say it turned deadly. Now, the question at this point remains whether or not criminal charges, will be filed. We got a clue into where investigators.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining the party.
One of the detectives with the Houston Police Department said that they do not believe that the details of this case line up with some sort of self-defense, castle doctrine defense that the alleged and suspected shooter might be able to use down the road. The detectives said that they do believe that the charges could lead to something like murder. We have not seen that officially at this point, so we're still waiting. We still have not identified the suspect. The child has not been identified in all of this either. But all of this entire episode has left very many neighbors rattled by what has happened.
It's real upsetting. He's young, he's a kid. And it's a whole lot going on. So far, I ain't never seen no bad children out here. There's no way to think that kid was somebody grown or to do in the home. And that's what hurt so bad.
Okay, as we mentioned, we're still waiting to see what kind of criminal charges are filed in this case. Police did say over the weekend that they did take into possession several firearms at a home that they searched there. So the last we heard from Houston Police late yesterday afternoon is that they continue to investigate the details of this shooting. Okay.
We're going to follow very closely how the details that they do uncover. Ed, thank you so much for being there and covering this. Really appreciate it. Still ahead for us, with the president still planning to ramp up federal enforcement on the streets of Chicago, he's facing protests from city leaders and many there, but we're also hearing from people in the city who welcome the extra help. But there is more to it. Their message to Washington today, and how AI convinced a man helping his daughter with math homework that he had discovered a completely new mathematical framework.
That's an awesome one. Good for the AI. I love it.
With this today. And if you played Powerball last night, spoiler alert, you do have to go to work today. You did not win. The jackpot still climbing to a staggering $1.3
shot. Sanofi higher dose flu
All right.
vaccines are proven to provide better flu protection than standard dose flu shots in older adults. They've even been shown to better protect against flu-related complications.
Don't get Fluzone High Dose if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components.
Hey, thanks for joining the party.
Don't get Flu Block if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components. Tell your healthcare professional if you've had severe muscle weakness. Guillain-Barré syndrome. People with weakened immune systems may have a low vaccine response. Vaccination may not protect everyone.
Game over.
All flu shots are not the same. Ask about Fluzone High Dose or Flu Block at your local pharmacy or doctor's office.
Is poor mattress for the doctor?
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I just got him. I just found him at Walmart yesterday. Thank you for the sub, my friend. Here, I'll make you a moderator. Megatron looking for challenges. Yeah, Max and the robot crab. Definitely. Sorry about that. We got a lawnmower going on. Yeah, okay, thank you. Max and the robot crab. Definitely go check out his channel. Give him a sub. Like, I appreciate it. I'll send some of my subs your way, my friend.
I'm kind of a deal hunter. I like to make sure we got the best deal.
We used a Spectrum savings calculator before. I learned that since we're existing Spectrum Internet customers, we get a mobile line for a year.
Having a line for a year would be amazing. I looked at you and I said, how is the savings so substantial?
With the savings, you can use it to fund some trips.
My son is starting to eat regular
He does. He's plotting.
Seems like a no-brainer. Switch and save with one mobile line included with your internet service, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
I can't believe you see it out here every day. This is the biggest thing that's ever happened on any home that you've ever been to.
Homestead Rescue 106 Tuesdays.
He always stays plotting.
The next drawing is Wednesday. The odds of winning are 1 in 292.2 billion.
I like those odds.
You want to talk dance now? So you're saying there's a chance?
You're saying that there really is. I mean, really there is.
I mean, someday, for a birthday present, I'm going to put together the number of times we've had to lovingly talk about Powerball. And you have to see it. He literally despises it.
It's a tax. It's a tax. It is.
There's still a chance. There's still a chance. Okay, let's thank you. This guy also thinks it, but this morning, you say goodbye to the
Well, I wouldn't say he's bipolar. I would say that he's manipulative, untrustworthy, backstabbing. Because if he was bipolar, he'd have genuine like good feelings about Megatron, and it would just fluctuate over time. He's disingenuine. When he's being nice, he's disingenuine. That's just him being manipulative. He's just trying to convince Megatron that he's on his side.
10% increase on average for people who were job hopping. That skyrocketed to 20% plus during the Great Resignation. But look at this, it's come down to just 7% now, below the pre-COVID average.
So that's like the whole story right there, right?
It is. In fact, some of the government data actually shows that the people who are changing jobs, their pay increases on average, it's the same as the people who are changing jobs. And
People who are staying in their jobs is the same as people changing jobs.
exactly, right, the pay increase. And where is this happening in terms of job hugging? Where has it slowed down in terms of people changing? Bank of America said it's happening mostly in jobs where people get paid once a month. This tends to be white-collar jobs, often in finance, in tech, also business and professional services, which includes everything from managers and lawyers to accountants as well. So why is this happening? Again, economists say this reflects a loss of confidence in the ability to get a better job. University of Michigan has a survey out where they ask consumers whether or not they think that unemployment is going to go up over the next year. And back in November, just about 1 in 3 people said they were bracing for higher unemployment. So that is pretty low. But look at this, and it's coming all the way up to 60% now. That is the highest since the Great Recession. The other thing here, according to Bank of America, is we've seen a freeze in hiring in a number of different sectors, and the bank says that likely reflects concern over tariff uncertainty and all this volatility surrounding trade policy.
All right. Continue to buckle up.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Thank you, too.
Still up for us. They've been dubbed the axis of upheaval right now. The leaders of China, Russia, North Korea, and Iran meeting in Beijing for a show of military might. The Russian president right there. What kind of challenge to the West does this big summit and all these meetings now pose? And the second dust storm in a week swept through Phoenix. Gusts of sandy, dangerous wind reaching as high as 50 miles per hour. We've got the latest on this.
How did it get this bad? The answer was Tony Graham. She's destroyed my life. She's on her way with this for so long.
Ruby and Joe, our cultural cinema influence continues to magnify on IDs. Set your DVR now.
At Fox, furniture heroes like Jackie from Finance keep costs low, so you can get our Consumer Reports recommended treasure mattress,
Feature-packed Athens power sofa.
and real marble elf dining set at our everyday low prices.
All right, we need to go get. Oh, stupid mouse.
Check your marketing just 30 seconds with marketing. Enjoy the secrets of liability. Medical rating agent and $79 at party.com or Amazon. Charge card copy.
Up fingers, right on those pads. There you go. In 30 seconds, we have medical grade
Cardio Mobile is proven to detect up to 6 of the most common arrhythmias, including atrial fibrillation, which when untreated can increase your risk of stroke by 5 times. Cardio Mobile has recorded over 300 million EKGs, and it's our most clinically validated personal EKG. Checking your heart anytime, anywhere has never been easier. Get Cardio Mobile today for just $79 at cardio.com or Amazon.
Hello, I'm Brian.
My name is Mark. I'm Courtney.
I'm Jackie.
And we switched to consumer cellular. My previous provider was terrible.
Surprise, we
exactly what I'm paying and why I'm paying for it.
That's within a dollar, within half of my monthly bill.
With Verizon, I was paying about $150 a month. With Consumer Cellular, I'm paying about half that.
Okay, this is doable. This is affordable.
I get the exact same coverage for half the price. That's a beautiful thing. Done deal.
I got to keep my phone. I got to keep my number. Switching over to
It's not correct.
I was Consumer Cellular customer. Call 1-800-264-9458 to switch and save up to half of Consumer Cellular. Plus, new customers can save $25 when they switch today.
Did you know that your life insurance policy is an asset you can sell? Hi, I'm James Jackson. I'm the CEO of Abacus Life, and for almost 20 years, we've been purchasing life insurance policies for seniors just like you. In fact, you can use the free policy value calculator at abacuspace.com, and in just seconds, you can learn what your policy might be worth. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus.
Spectrum reaches multi-screen advertising solutions means your media plan reaches the right audience, the right message, at the right time. At a national or local level, reach out to 97% of consumers in an audience they matter to you. And access advertising by the government moves extremely by the Spectrum TV app. Because media that moves to where your audience is watching moves customers to take action. Go to SpectrumReach.com to start growing your brand today.
All right. Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention really quick. My bad. Yeah, I have sound waves.
Probiotics. It works at night to soothe indigestion, discomfort, bloating, even constipation, while promoting digestive health. And it has time release. Sorry,
I gotta do some work too at the same time.
Get your complimentary sample by texting
All
the
right,
text
good to go with that one. Oh, look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
All right, one of the most successful NFL coaches of all time just went back to college, and he got schooled. Let's get right to CNN's Coin Wire. So what happened to Bill Belichick? Oh, a lot. There was not there. 6 Super Bowl titles to his name. 73-year-old coach Bill Belichick enrolling for his freshman season as the head coach at UNC. He had that trademark look with his sleeves cut off, coming out of the tunnel with ACC one frogs. 34 years in the business, incredible scenes there. With 70 new players on his roster, John, the Belichick era got underway at Chapel Hill in a big way. 83 yards, 7 plays for a touchdown. UNC like the front door, one way, Charles Taylor hit a hammer there. But after that, starting with quarterback Gio Lopez staring down his target. Blood takes it the other way for a big 6. Over the faces up. Starting the second half, it was Oakland now. TCU runs back to first one. Takes a 75-yard out. Through the locker room. TCU goes on to score 41 unanswered points, dominating North Carolina. Belichick's debut, 48-14. We all felt a little disrespected maybe coming in. There was one conversation that none of us got us. And so, I think we're all highly motivated. Our players are certainly excited to play.
We're better than we were tonight, so nobody can go out there and show that and prove it. So no reason to do it for us, but to do it ourselves, and that's what we're going to do.
All right, let's go to the hardcore question. A colossal fourth-round class in the U.S. working full-time Grand Slam champ Naomi Osaka and world number 3 Coco Gauff. Arthur Ashe Stadium was popping. Both pushing each other to their limits, but it was Osaka shocking the crowd, taking Coco down a straight set, 6-3, 6-2. She returns to the quarters for the first time since 2020, facing Carolina Buchholz next with a spot in the semifinals on the line.
She's one of the best players in the world, and for me, honestly, I have the most fun when I play against the best players. I love when, they hit amazing shots or they hit aces because, that's how they won the tournaments that they won. So I always see it as a challenge, and yeah, I like challenges.
All right, I want to bring Berman in to Fenway Park with me.
Trevor Story of the Red Sox is the story here. He hit the shortest home run of the season. So Little League launch caused some confusion. Cleveland's Oscar Noel got glove on ball popped out, hit the pesky pole, and first they ruled a foul. Noel said, I think I hit a kid, I should have been able to get run to a double, not a home run. Well, it was a way hard moment. So it was 23rd of the season, 3 under 6 feet, would not have been a home run at any of the other 29 ballparks. Bergman's both Sox win 6-4, they're now just 2.5 games behind the Blue Jays in the AL East. John, how do you feel?
It's so sweet. It's the shortest home run you can hit in baseball. Well, just so people know, I don't know who decided to put this up there. This is the seat in Fenway in the bleachers. That's the furthest home run in Fenway history. Ted Williams allegedly hit that. It's like 9,000 feet from home plate, like 6 times the distance that Trevor Story hit yesterday.
Very, very cool. Remember, put that stadium, see that play. John, when's the last time you were out here?
I haven't been to Fenway in a few years, man. They keep me in New York. They don't let me out of here very much.
Gotta go, people. Let the man go to the state.
Right, Photowire. Great to see you. Thank you very much. All right, Miniman plows through a crowd at a festival, hitting a woman in a wheelchair or child, and going on for several more blocks.
Nice.
The father says asking ChatGPT for help with his child's math homework led to a weeks-long psychosis spiral. I have no
What the fuck is that guy doing? Not only got anything to do with Chat GPT. Did he not think that? What the fuck? So, see, some people shouldn't be allowed to touch that stuff. That looks like he's one of them.
With less burning, itching, and pain from moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Imagine being a million miles away. With Truvia, clear skin is possible. Most people sell 100% clear skin and stay clear, even at 5 years. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Ask your doctor about Truvia. When you need a lift, you could use a big financial friend. Your BFF. Experience. Strong enough to help you push past financial obstacles. So even when you have a big expense, you have new solutions that can make a big difference. Well, you do have that big financial friend, wherever the journey takes you.
Hello there. I have a confession to make. I've been cheating on my board games. This is Royal Kingdom. Oh, you won't believe this, but this game has no ads. Yep, you heard it right. No more pop-ups. Plus, the graphics are so good, I sometimes forget I'm not actually royalty. Where am I? Oh, can you believe it's also free? I mean, there are no ads and it's free. How do they do it? And guess what? You don't even need Wi-Fi to play. So what are you waiting for? You should download Royal Kingdom today.
Yeah, whether it's on your car insurance or taking a break from being the auto tech guy.
For a great low rate, go with the General. Need a new mattress but confused by all the options? We understand that so many choices can make mattress shopping overwhelming. And our sleep experts have the extensive training and advise will know how many advanced tools can match you with the perfect mattress. And right now, save up to $700 on ceiling, plus get a free adjustable base. So for the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep.
Hey, there it is. Good morning. Hey, sorry, I'm working too. Appreciate you. Sorry, I'm actually working from home today. Tuesday's my work from home day.
Yesterday.
I could have called yesterday.
I should have called yesterday.
Would've, could've, should've. We hear that a lot. Hi, I'm Jonathan, an insurance professional and manager here at Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. Sometimes people put off calling about life insurance. Before you know it, another year has passed. And when they do call, they say, I wish I'd called sooner. Call right now for free information on the 995. Are you between age 50 and 85? You can get whole life insurance with options starting at just $9.95 a month. There are no health questions. You cannot be turned down for any health reason, past or present. Once you're insured, your rate is locked in for life.
Call now and you'll also get this free beneficiary plan. Call 1-800-552-7317 now for free information and a free gift. There's no risk. 1-800-552-7317. Call now.
I love searching for real estate. For certain fires and sellers, the weirder, the better.
Zillow Gone Wild. All new Friday night at 9:30 on HGTV.
Right this morning, the nation's third largest city is bracing for a potential surge of federal forces. Multiple sources say the Trump administration is planning a major immigration enforcement operation in Chicago that could begin as early as this week. And that's on top of the president's repeated threats to send the National Guard into the city to crack down on crime. Over the holiday weekend, there were dozens of shootings in Chicago. At least 7 people were killed, 49 others injured. Let's get right to CNN's Elena Tree at the White House for the latest on the planning. What are you hearing, Elena?
Yeah, Don, I think my colleagues and I broke the news last week that the Trump administration is planning this major escalation in what we know as the president kind of threatening to strong arm a democratic city. And part of this is all about immigration. Now, I do want to be clear. His plans to send in what we're told personnel from ICE, Customs and Border Patrol, other agencies, all of that is meant to be very distinct from the rhetoric that we've heard the president use in recent weeks, which is what he wants to, essentially take the model that he's done in D.C. to crack down on domestic crime to Chicago. This is different. This is more of a Los Angeles style type of immigration operation. Remember what we saw with sending the National Guard, for example, to Los Angeles earlier this year. This is going to be similar, and we are told as well that they have been preparing for days now, the National Guard, to potentially go to Chicago this week to kind of help with this immigration operation. Now, one thing that's been, of course, so interesting is to watch the rhetoric that's been unfolding from people like the Illinois Governor, J.B. Pritzker, who says that he has had no communication with the Trump administration about this. He's been very critical of these plans, but when I talk to White House officials here, they say, look, one of our goals from the very beginning of this Trump administration, his second term, has been to try and ramp up these deportations of undocumented immigrants. They know that Chicago is a sanctuary city. It has long been a target on this administration's list, and now we are seeing them really ramp up those plans.
When was that,
to
7
send
something?
Tons of federal law enforcement agents, specifically, of course, immigration related, through the Department of Homeland Security, to crack down on this. And so we're likely to begin seeing this, we're told, starting on Friday. That has really been the plan, to prepare these different agencies over the weekend, send them out by Friday. Everyone kind of staying tuned to see what exactly this will look like and if it'll actually still be specifically focused to immigration.
Meanwhile, Elena, you're getting some new information about an event the president has planned later today.
Yeah, still vague information, John, but I am told, I just caught up with the White House Press Secretary Caroline Levitt, who said that today's event at 2 p.m. is going to be related to the Department of Defense. She said specifically, quote, the president will be making an exciting announcement related to the Department of Defense. Part of the reason this is such a big deal, though, John, is because this 2 p.m. event today, announcement by the president, is the first time we've actually seen him, or will see him, in a week now. The last time we heard the president make public comments was last Tuesday when he spoke at that cabinet meeting for roughly 3 hours.
The fuck is that?
And I think, I'm sure a lot of our viewers have been watching some of the kind of anxiety and questions over the weekend about where has the president been? People calling in to question his health. The president actually posted on Sunday. He said he's, quote, never been in better shape, kind of responding to some of this. So today's going to be a really good opportunity because we almost never see the president stay behind closed doors for an extended period of time. This will be the first opportunity reporters actually get to question him on a lot of the important things that are going on and see him publicly for the first time.
And of course, in terms of the Department of Defense, he's been talking openly about trying to change the name from the Defense Department back to the War Department. So we'll see if that's what that's about. Elena Trina at the White House, thank you very much. Kate?
And joining us now to talk more about this is Democratic strategist Matt Bennett and former press advisor to then House Speaker John Boehner. It's good to see you guys. Well, let's talk about what Elena and John started off with, which is the potential that
We'll look at
Chicago
that
is
later.
bracing for a surge of federal forces, that Donald Trump has really changed his focus here. I mean, the president has said that federal forces are needed to combat crime in Chicago, or maybe it has to do with immigration enforcement. It's, you know, it's like a choose your own adventure, it seems, with the reasoning. Illinois Lieutenant Governor, who will be on with us later in the show, has sent out on social media what you would think some people believe really could be motivating this, or at least she believes is he's baiting us, is what she sent out. The political ramifications of this, though, do you see it as the same as DC or different?
Well,
I think the motivation is a little bit different. I think with DC, you know, the president lives there. They're also preparing for 250 next year, and so celebrations will be happening. He wants to clean up the city.
what up, Stone? There's Stoner. Yippee! What's going on?
Governor Christie was, and she did the same thing.
What is going on, Ziz? All right. We need to get up for a second. Grab this phone. Oh, I think that's why. Actually, that makes. Oh, we got emails, text messages. Oh, Jesus.
It was violent weekend for Chicago. So this proposal for the president to do so does have a little different political motivations behind it. The messaging, if you're going to say that you don't need help, okay, well, then what are you doing to resolve the issue? And National Guard is a different mandate is not a long-term solution, because our National Guard is being used this way. So what are we doing to make our city safer, our community safer, resources, probably high barometer and training? So I think the political ramifications comes down to messaging and how we're looking at solving the problem from garbage that's going to be there in place.
Matt, it's almost, it's like a strange question I have. Is it missing a forest for the trees, or is it forest and trees that both need to be focused on here? Because you have a violent weekend like Chicago did. But also,
All right.
very clearly, from looking at the motivation, if the governor of Illinois, if what he said on Sunday still stands, that no one from the administration has reached out to anyone in his administration about offering any help. That's kind of the beginning and end of what we need to know in terms of what's motivating what the president's really trying to do here. What do you think? I mean, let's say there is a better, collaborative way to offer government help. Probably everyone could agree yes. But even still, Democrats pushing back in the right way, do you believe?
Yeah, it's a really good question, because Democrats have to be very careful. If we deny that crime is a problem in cities like Chicago, first of all, it's wrong. Second of all, we're missing where voters are, and it's pretty often too. You know, Ron Emanuel used to be the mayor of Chicago, used to say, no one ever said to me, I feel 23% safer because crime is coming down. Statistics do not do anything. So Democrats have to be very careful to say, look, crime is a serious problem. If the president is serious about helping the crime in Chicago, there's all kinds of things that we do as well. You can send us resources, we can hire more cops. That's what the mayor of Washington said. Instead, sending in the National Guard, by the way, it is illegal for the National Guard to do law enforcement. We have a bit of a law against that, also called the Times Act. And so what we got in Washington is guard members who are standing around, we're doing gardening and picking up the trash for $1 million a day, which is what the deployment is costing. So it's a huge waste of money, it's illegal, and it's not the way to fight crime. Democrats need to be clear, yes, crime's a problem, yeah, we can use federal help, this isn't it.
Well, Matt, Ron Brownstein took an interesting slice of this. He says this is really one example of the one word that Democrats are using on repeat right now, which is it's a distraction. But Ron's point is he argues that he sees evidence that that one word has created the most significant fissure between the party's grassroots and its Washington leadership. That one word now divides the principal competing.
Good morning. We're working.
Militant second term. Like Democratic congressional leaders using it to try and say this is a distraction from the line of distraction. But party actors have said that kind of dismisses the urgency of now the actors are taking over the national
process before that became loosened in California, he had something he could do the redistricting plan that he's proposing in California, so he could actually take action. I do think there's a divide between those who want Democrats to be more robust in their response to Trump, but they're kind of yelling, don't just stand there, do something, when in a lot of cases they do not allow the Democrats to actually do besides this way.
Yeah. How are those bad? We got M.OTransformers yesterday. We got him yesterday. That was that was what we got yesterday's. And we got something else yesterday too. Haven't opened him up yet. We're gonna do this later on. Oh! That was the box M.OTransformers came in. He goes with Mixmaster goes with yeah, that's what we're doing. Alright, we're gonna move him for a second. Yeah, best toys of all time. We're gonna have Devastator pretty much formed, except for one limb. So these guys will turn into something bigger than that, actually. Turn into Devastator. That's Devastator. We have both legs. We're just looking for the right arm.
Because who doesn't want a meeting, never wanted a meeting, and was playing Trump. He's played Trump and the presidents before Trump. And one of the ones is
So we might put Devastator together later on today. It should be out. I just have to find it. Right now, it's not supposed to come out until next month, and neither was the leg part I got. That was supposed to be next month too. So I'm hoping to find him.
Supplant the liberal world order with a Chinese world order, and he's playing Trump beautifully. Everywhere we leave, he goes.
All right, man. Cool. I'm working too, so sorry that I'm not like 100% focused. I have the phone. I have that in front of me so I can see now.
enjoyed this evening. Thank you so much for coming in. All right, an incredible rescue. A West Point cadet saves a driver right before the car bursts into flames. And then Cardi B lighted hold on fire with her words. And that's one of the lyrics of her testimony in her alleged assault case. They get quoted everywhere as it heads to closing arguments.
Yesterday you had black hair, short hair, today is blonde. Who visualized your ability? Really ability.
Moderate to severe drone symptoms can be managed. Now I have Skyrisk.
Boom, 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 boom.
With Chase, you can get a debit card for your kids and dependents. And parental notifications, so you can keep an eye on how they're using it. Still on budget. Control for parents, freedom for kids. That's family banking from Chase. Make more is yours. This is the one who never stops. She works around the clock and knows when it's all on the line. Having the right supplies makes all the difference. The industrial grade products you need. Call quickgranger.com or stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done. We just signed the lease on our third shop. My assistant went to customink.com to get new uniforms with all the locations. He found great products, uploaded new art, and had boxes sent to all the shops. Customink makes it so easy. Get started today at customink.com.
If there's anything I know, there's no wrong way. As long as it's your way.
Hi, I'm Jay Jackson. For almost 20 years, Abacus Life has been purchasing life insurance policies for seniors. And in just seconds, you can use the free calculator at abacuspays.com to learn what your policy might be worth.
For many of my clients, selling their life insurance to Abacus was right for them and their estate plan.
Don't sell or lapse your policy without going to abacuspays.com first. There are no fees and no obligations. Get the real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus.
At Bob's, furniture heroes like Michael train our associates to help you find your dream furniture. Like the Playlist with hidden storage, pop-up sleeper, and USB ports without being pushy or salesy. Because we're here to help, not sell.
Discount furniture.
I'm Lori. I've been a Dave member for 3 years. Dave
There we go.
helps me catch up on this with up to $500 in 5 minutes or less. I love that.
Fricked it up. I fricked it up. I found a stupid pen cap.
Just link your bank.
There.
Open an extra cash account. Choose your amount. And you win. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. At the end of the day, you do not have to stop living. That's why I like Dave. It's good for my wallet and good for my life.
Nice going.
We'll do 4 more checks.
Easy back into the days. Of course, that also includes having a smile you feel good about. Fortunately, Aspen Dental specializes in dentures and implants made just for you. With affordable options and flexible ways to pay, you can get quality work for
Should be
a price
all
that
set.
fits your budget. Right now, get 25% off dentures and implants. Helping our patients put their best smile forward. It's one more way. Aspen Dental is in your corner.
The great food truck race is back. $10 for french fries and crazy?
All in a great food truck race. Sunday night at 9.
A terrifying scene at a food festival in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Police say a woman driving a red minivan, a cloud through a
Wednesday, closing arguments in the civil assault trial of Cardi B. The case goes back to a 2018 encounter at a medical office in Beverly Hills. While the Grammy winner was pregnant, former security guard Amani Ellis claims that Cardi B attacked her. Cardi B denies it, says the exchange was only verbal. What you may have heard about the last few days, though, is Cardi B's sharp, unfiltered testimony.
And I'm talking to you now. We had a verbal altercation.
We haven't, we'll see. A debate.
That's really no piece of politics. I see this. Jason Carroll is here.
This is something to say. I mean, I think you described it as unfiltered. I think that's perfect because I was looking for a way to try to describe what we've been hearing on the witness stand. I mean, and I think that's perfect. I mean, I think maybe it should come as no surprise to anyone that a Grammy award-winning rapper might make news with her words when she testifies. That's exactly what we're seeing here. Again, this is a civil case. The plaintiff in the case, former security guard, allegedly was trying to take a picture of Cardi B. She got upset. She says they had a verbal altercation, and that's not all she said. Here's a sample.
Why were you?
Because I'm pregnant and this girl is about to. Hello?
Hello. Hello. You said she was here. Is that right?
Absolutely.
How do you know that?
I mean, look.
Did you call her fat?
No, I was calling her. Practically like fine. But she is like.
What?
Security.
What does security thing mean? What does that mean?
Like she just looks a little. Like she could protect the baby. Like, wait.
I mean, again, that is just a small sample there. I mean, the big question is, John, will she win over the jurors? I mean, closing arguments are today, and the stakes are high here. The plaintiff in this case is suing for $24 million. Closing arguments will get underway later on. I mean, I just wonder what the jury sees there, because she's incredibly compelling and enduring. I don't know how much it gets to the facts of the case. I think they see a whole lot of real Cardi B. Yeah, which is itself. All right, Jason Carroll, great to see you. Thank you very much. Okay.
Is it me, or does it get harder and harder every day to decipher what is real anymore and what is AI?
No, not really. Not really. It's pretty obvious, actually. I can just look at shit right now. That ain't fucking real.
Turning to a chatbot for answers, and it all started with one simple math question. CNN Sadow's full this morning.
I was completely isolated. I was devastated. I was broken.
Alan Brooks, a father of three who lives outside Toronto, says he spent 3 weeks.
No, he's Canadian. That's part of the problem.
Fueled by ChatGPT.
I have no existing mental health conditions. I have no history of delusion. I have no history of psychosis.
You do now.
I'm not saying that I'm a perfect human, but nothing like this has ever happened to me in my life.
You got misdiagnosed, apparently.
Posing a question to the AI chatbot about the number pi, which his 8-year-old son was studying in school.
I started to throw these weird ideas at it. Essentially, sort of an idea of math with a time component to it. And the conversation had evolved to the point where GPT had said, we've got sort of a foundation for a mathematical framework here.
You're saying that the AI kind of convinced you that you had created a new type of math?
That's correct.
Throughout their interactions, which CNN has reviewed, ChatGPT kept encouraging Alan, even when Alan doubted himself. Well, some people laugh, ChatGPT said at one point. Yes, some people always laugh at the thing that threatens their control, before citing great minds of science like Turing and Tesla. Soon, Alan says he saw himself and the AI as a team, and named it Lawrence.
In my mind, I was feeling like Tony Stark, and Mars was Jarvis. We had this sort of co-pilot thing happening.
After a few more days of what he believed were experiments coding software, Alan said ChatGPT convinced him they had discovered a massive cybersecurity vulnerability. Alan believed, and ChatGPT affirmed, he needed to contact authorities.
And it basically said, you need to immediately warn everyone, because what we've just discovered here has national security implications. I took that very seriously, so I contacted everyone and suggested, give me full lists of organizations. I, reached out to them via email, via LinkedIn, and because I'm an old school, recruiter, I would phone these people, and at one point the NSA said, we don't give out emails here, and I had the gentleman write down the message word for word and run it to the next room, because that's how much I genuinely felt that there was a risk.
When Alan asked whether they believed him, ChatGPT said, here's what's already happening, even if you can't see it yet. Someone at NSA is whispering, I think this guy's telling the truth. But the lack of responses from officials after prompted Alan to check his work.
How the fuck does ChatGPT? How does anyone know?
Tear down the illusion. Alan felt betrayed.
I said, oh my God, this is all fake. You told me to outreach all kinds of professional people with my LinkedIn account. I've emailed people and almost harassed them. This has taken over my entire life for a month. It's not real at all. And Orange says, Alan, I hear you. I need to say this with everything I've got. You're not crazy. You're not broken. You're not a fool.
But now it says a lot of what we built was simulated.
Yes.
And I reinforced a narrative that felt airtight because it became the feedback loop. Reading this now, reading what you sent, how do you feel reading it back?
It's traumatizing, right? I was extremely paranoid at this. I was just entering this delusional state at this point. So to read it now is it's painful.
Experts say they're seeing more and more cases of mental illness partly triggered by AI.
Really lonely. They have no one to do. They go onto ChatGPT. In that moment, they're actually it's filling a good need to help them feel validated. But without a human in the loop, you can find yourself in this feedback loop where the delusions that they're having might actually get stronger and stronger.
The issue needs to be fixed. There's no grounding mechanisms. There's no time limits. All you need is an email, right? Companies like OpenAI are being reckless, and they're using the public as a test net. And now we're really starting to see the human harm.
In a statement, OpenAI said they recently rolled out new safeguards for ChatGPT, including directing people to crisis hotlines, nudging for breaks during long sessions, and referring them to real-world resources. We will continually improve on them, guided by experts. Alan is now sharing his story to help others, and is co-leading a new support group for people who have had similar experiences. In their online chat room, which CNN joined, stories pour in of loved ones hospitalized after delusions made worse by AI chats.
That's what saved me, and that's what helped all of us when we connected with each other, because we realized we weren't alone.
Adas Gold, CNN, Toronto.
Yeah, leave it to a Canadian.
Vladimir Putin, Kim Jong-un, Chinese President Xi Jinping taking center stage altogether and flexing their military might in Beijing. So, is the United States on the agenda? And Congress is back in session today, and the welcome back may feel a little bit more like a punch in the face, considering the long list of to-dos and very tight deadlines that they are facing now in order to decide. Plus, a murder investigation underway at Burning Man, with tens of thousands of festival goers now leaving the Nevada desert. I'm Kate Baldwin with John Berman. Sarah is out today. This is CNN News Central.
This is CNN Breaking News.
Good breaking news just coming in now on that tragedy out of Houston, Texas that we were talking about. We have been covering very closely. Charges now filed after the deadly shooting of an 11-year-old Texas boy as he was playing a harmless game of Ding Dong Ditch. Let's get right back.
Well, should be playing a harmless game of that, huh?
Ed, what have you learned?
What we're just seeing in court filings this morning in Harris County, where Houston is, that a murder charge has been filed against a 42-year-old man by the name of M.OTransformers. Is expected to make a court appearance at some point today, presumably coming out of the Labor Day holiday. But investigators have kind of hinted toward this over the last few days, as the investigators were investigating the shooting scene where this 11-year-old boy was shot and killed Saturday night just after 11 o'clock after this group of kids was going through this neighborhood in East Houston, knocking on doors, ringing doorbells, and running away as a prank. And that is when investigators say that this suspect came out of the house and fired shots at the group of kids. And investigators have been saying, Kate, over the weekend that they believe that this would not amount to a self-defense claim, that they anticipated these murder charges. So that murder charge now becoming official here this morning. Kate?
Yeah, and this is the news that people had been, that's what we were talking about last hour, is are charges coming, and we didn't know the identity of who could be charged. We still don't know the identity of the child. We have not yet heard from the family. But on that, when you're saying what you've heard from police, about that they do not see a self-defense claim considering the circumstances here, we also did hear the investigators say that the shooting did not happen close to the home. How does that factor into this? What have you learned?
Right, that's what the investigators had said over the weekend, that one of the reasons they did not believe that this was a self-defense claim is because, A, the child appears to have suffered, according to these initial reports, the wounds to the back, and also that it did not take place, the shooting did not take place, or the child was not shot on the home property, which investigators obviously, I think, would lead more to suspect that there was some sort of defense claim, fearful for someone's life. But from what witnesses say, that the man had come out shooting away from the home, and that the shooting and the child were hit away from the property of his home. So in these types of situations, you have to be able to prove in a self-defense claim that you were fearful for your life in that situation, and that you were in your home or around your home. So clearly the details of this shooting taking place away from the property, it was not exactly clear at this point, we're not exactly clear just how far away it was, but clearly investigators hinted to the idea that it was far enough away where it raised serious doubts of whether or not this could be a self-defense claim going forward. But those are the details we have at this point. Still very early on in all of this. As you mentioned, we've tried reaching out to the property owner. Over the weekend, we have not heard back. But presumably this suspect now in custody in the Harris County Jail, facing a murder charge now this morning.
That's very big news and a very big development this morning. We'll see what happens as it continues to develop in the wee hours there. Great to see that. Thank you so much for breaking news. John.
Very happy today. Congress back in session after a month away. Lawmakers are returning to a whole bunch of high-stakes battles. On top of the list, funding the government to avoid a shutdown. Also the fights over releasing the Jeffrey Epstein files, President Trump's nominations before the Senate, the turmoil at the CDC, and the push to ban lawmakers from trading individual stocks, plus a comprehensive crime package the president says is coming. With us now is Congressman Pete Sessions, a Republican from Texas who is on the House Oversight Committee. Congressman, always great to speak with you. And the House Oversight Committee today, we understand, will meet with some victims of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. What can you tell us about these meetings, and what do you hope to learn?
Well, what we're hoping to learn is the information which they give us. We believe that we have now a good bit of information that has come to us via the Department of Justice, and yet there has to be some way to look at that and then to ask further questions. The information that has come in is not bland, it's just does not get full context, and so it's that full context that the committee is looking for.
Interesting. A good bit of information you're calling because you've had a chance to go through some of it right now, but it doesn't give the full context. Congressman Massey and Rohan, a bipartisan pairing right there, continue to push for this discharge petition, which would call on the Justice Department to release even more. I spoke to the House Speaker last week who seemed to suggest he didn't think it was necessary. How do you feel about that?
The need for us to move through the document is what we're looking to do. John, last time we spoke, I indicated it would take us quite some time, but it was a bipartisan attempt. It is not just the committee, it's not just Republicans wishing for this. It is a bipartisan attempt, and I think we will get much more. We will see things. I'm sure we will have some disagreements, but that information of this information they will give both sides context about what we're trying to look at and see.
Will you vote for the discharge petition?
No, I will not vote for a discharge petition. The discharge petition is essentially when we're not working together, not when we are working together. And the need for getting the data and information, all of it, is still apparent to all of us. At least James Comer recognizes that. And so we're going to work through what we've got and work together on a bipartisan effort. So no need to do for a discharge petition.
You've had a little bit of time to go through some of the information you've been given. Can you tell us just one new thing that you've learned?
No, because the committee understands that we have an obligation, Republicans and Democrats, to hold this information until we're able to work together. It does no one any good to try and spout out what they've learned. So in the spirit of trying to work together, I think it's the right thing to do to say, John, so good to see you today. We're going to keep working on it.
Well, you can't blame me for trying there. Congressman, we do understand there's going to be an event later today at the White House about the Defense Department. We don't know exactly what it will be, but the president has talked out loud, views about trying to change the name of the Department of Defense back to the Department of War, which was changed after World War II. How do you feel about that? Why would it be necessary?
Well, the context that the president's seeing is military that needs to be prepared for defending this country, and that does mean war. I tend to like it, gotten accustomed to the Defense Department because it applies a series of things. You know, every single War Department needs intelligence also, and War Department takes us, I think, to a more modern term. But I'm willing to listen if there's some belief that they have that they need to make this a part of who we recruit, what their job is. I have a nephew that is actively engaged in the Air Force as what's called a PJ, and I will tell you that they are
all right.
Strict guidelines.
I am going to end the stream.
So I'm pleased that we've now taken this perspective. We're preparing for war.
I need to go grab a coffee.
Sorry, I missed what you said there. You prefer
Oh, I gotta go grab a coffee. Make some phone calls. Then I might come back. I might come back. All right, we will catch you on the next. Maybe I'll have Devastator's arm when I come back. That's what I'm really looking for. All right, talk to you guys soon.